If you're watching this video, then you're really, really cool. To make sure you get even cooler, I need you to hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and subscribe. What are you waiting for? Every One Piece fan likes a good reaction video. And also, you guys are used to watching Tekken's videos and King of Lightning and Roger's base. So you guys are used to long videos. So go share this. Let all the One Piece fans watch these videos.
Finish reading the barrage.
So this is Morgan Rees. This is going to be the first person on our list. Let's go ahead and check out what she's been up to.
The arc in One Piece. Let's talk about it.
I like the gradient.
Reading chapter
So
41.
colorful.
I had to start tabbing, guys. Learning more about Usopp's past, and specifically these two lines. In that lie was his strongest desire. I suppose he had to create his own hope. Poor little Usopp, right? Because this is right after we find out past and we get his flashback about his mom and her death, and then his father going out to join Shank's crew. Now he's all excited, getting in on Luffy's crew. Kaya is so fortunate and she gives them the merry-go, and now they have this big great ship to go and venture into the Grand Line with. Fast forward and we meet Sanji. Crew is desperate to find a new cook. They end up going to the Barati. Specifically, I just want to hit on a couple of things that I highlighted in here about Sanji. My job is to feed people, not to judge them. As a cook, I consider it my duty to feed the hungry. So these couple of things I automatically picked up on. He somewhere in his past has dealt with food insecurity. Obviously, we learn flashback and we figure out what happened with him and the chef. I just knew from this line, consider it my duty to feed the hungry. I was like, something happened in his past. There's a reason why he doesn't want to leave. There's a reason why he feels so much loyalty to Zeph. Just knew. I picked up on that pretty early on. Something's going on. What is it? Abandon your stupid dream. My heart. My heart. By the way, Hawkeye. That man.
Oh my gosh! Morgan Rees, you're pretty cool. Oh man.
Fine. I'm sorry. Him beating Zoro, I am so intrigued to see whenever we're going to meet him later on, and how Zoro's ability and his swordsmanship is going to change, and wanting to be the greatest swordsman. And we know what his past is and what his motivations are for being the greatest. Oh, I don't want to see Zoro be defeated, but then he gets defeated by this Hawkeye, and it's like, oh man. I will say there was going to be some minor spoilers for Arlong Park because I read all of volume 8 to Sanji's flashback. The all blue and how passionate he is about it. Higher flashback with him, Zeph, and finding out Sanji's whole past with Zeph, and why he didn't want to leave the Barati, why he is a chef. Everything was just so great. The foreshadowing was so phenomenal. We see Lon Craig and his crew. Jin is so insistent on not unaliving Sanji because of him being shown that kindness. Grit counts more than steel. Grit counts more than steel. Referring to whenever Luffy is fighting and he's not giving up. He's not giving up on his dream, and that's one of the inspirations behind Sanji, joining Luffy and his crew, and Luffy defeating Craig and just not giving up, just being persistent. It was so freaking great. I freaking loved it. We're getting into spoilers for Arlong Park. This guy, Arlong, are you kidding me? And then finding out Nami, I did not see this coming. One, I really haven't had any connection to Nami yet because we haven't gotten that flashback from her. I have not trusted her this whole time. She's just been a thief, constantly wanting to steal treasure. She hasn't really shown true connection to the crew yet. And then this happens and we find out that Nami is a part of Arlong's crew. And I was like, oh man. We meet her sister, and we find out that she was in the foster system, and I'm interesting. The sister already said their foster mom has passed away. For some reason, I'm thinking Arlong and his fisherman crew are part of the reason that her and her sister's mom died. Something happened there with Nami's mom, and now she's either having to repay Arlong in some type of way and his fisherman crew, or she didn't see any other way of how strong Arlong is and how strong the fishermen pirates are that she had to join them. But I don't know. I'm excited to find out. This arc was just It was so good.
Right?
Oh my gosh. I finished reading the Barati arc.
Oh my gosh, Morgan, I'm glad you're enjoying One Piece. Let me see if you did another one. Let me go ahead and check them out. My Darling Dreadful Thing. No. Ah, you did right here. Ooh, I like your hair. I'm gonna get so copyrighted. Ah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. So, like, are we gonna get any actual review? Like, where's? Are you gonna say anything? Okay, no, we're just watching her read. Okay, no actual review. Okay, did she do a review though? No. Come on now, Morgan. Morgan, we're waiting on a review. This is Emily. We haven't heard from Emily doing a One Piece review in a minute. That's fine, but I just want to have a quick reminder, guys. Go ahead and follow Emily. She's amazing. She's the best. And we miss Emily. And Emily's doing pretty good. She is currently reading this right here called Watermoon. We're gonna go ahead and just check it out, okay? Because I just miss Emily's video. So we're gonna go ahead and check it out. And it's a spoiler-free review. So if you like it, go ahead and check out Watermoon and say thank you to Emily for that.
Moon was like being dropped straight into a Studio Ghibli film, or the equivalent of if you were wandering the streets of Japan while you were tripping on shrooms.
Oh, okay, never mind. Maybe we don't want to check this out. I don't know if I really want to read this book anymore.
I need to know why more people are not talking about this book. We follow Hana, who is running a magical pawn shop with her father, where they don't trade.
Is it like a graphic novel or manga or something? What is it?
Personal belongings, but they actually trade in life choices. On the night that Hana is supposed to take over ownership of the pawn shop from her dad, she wakes up to the shop being broken into and her dad all of a sudden missing. As Hana is trying to process her father's disappearance and this break-in to the pawn shop, Haitian happens to wander in by chance, and then together they are swept up into this mystical, magical adventure that deals with love, lies. We have alternate timelines, and it really shows the consequences of what happens when you try to alter your fate. This book was such an amazing literary fantasy. The way Samantha Soto wrote this magical world, it is so lush, it is imaginative, it's lyrical, and honestly, so breathtaking.
What does that mean for something to be lyrical? I only know lyrics in terms of like music. Isn't like lyrics supposed to be like the wording of music? So does it mean like it's very musical? Like what does that mean for something to be lyrical?
She was able to conjure with her imagery. Honestly, I don't think there's any words that I could give you that would really do this story justice. I think to have the best experience, you just need to go in blind, and trust me when I say that this book is one of the most unique stories that I've ever read. The only issue I had with this book was at the end, I still felt like I was left with so many questions as to what could possibly happen. There were a lot of loose ends that I wish had been tied up a little bit better. But overall, this is probably still one of my favorite fantasy books that I've read this year. I don't think that this book is necessarily going to be everybody's cup of tea, but if this has been sitting on your TBR at all, I highly encourage you to pick it up and give it a try, because I guarantee this is going to take you on an adventure that you have never been on before.
Thank you for the review. I really appreciate it, guys. Go check out Watermoon if you like it. Seems like it's a pretty good book if you enjoy Studio Ghibli stuff.
Hey, One Piece crew.
Okay.
I'm about to start the Alabasta arc. I'm so excited.
This is Jess, by the way. I forgot to say hi. Hi, Jess.
Excited. You guys have been hyping me up.
Of course.
I really loved Drum Island, but I am so intimidated. This arc looks so long. I was pulling out all the volumes for it, and I was like, oh my gosh. So what I'm wondering is there like a natural like halfway or midpoint where I can do like an Alabasta reading update?
Or like do like chapter reviews or like volume reviews. Like just like spam it. We're gonna enjoy it. Just spam it.
Or do I just need to read the whole thing before I provide a video update on my reactions and thoughts? Let me know. Please avoid any spoilers. If you can't comment a good spot without spoiling something, then please don't comment. But if you can just like say, you know what, maybe around chapter whatever might be a good spot, that would be really helpful for me. Because obviously with Thanksgiving, things are going to be really busy the next several days. And I haven't given you guys an update in a while because life has been busy, but I'm ready to dive back in. I'm so excited to read Alabasta. You guys have hyped me so much. I cannot wait. I'm gonna read a chunk tonight, so let me know.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited for that.
Hey, you guys, I just reached chapter 275.
This was like last week,
and
right?
Anel just freaking annihilated Robin. Are we for real right now? Dude, Zoro is ticked. I mean, I'm ticked, but Zoro's ticked. Holy cow, dude. Anel has lightning powers, so shouldn't that mean that he can't affect Luffy? Because
Now, who asked you to be a scientist? What's wrong with you? Who asked you to be like a scientist? Okay, why you out here coming over here with your your intellectuality? Come on now, Cheddar. Why you stop being smart?
he's made of rubber, which I am about to whack Luffy over the head, because what do you mean you've been stuck in this snake for like the past 30 chapters? Dude, get out of the snake. I need you to get out here and pummel this guy. So I'm gonna record a little bit while I read.
Okay.
But yeah, I feel so bad for Robin. Ugh. So I'm gonna read, okay? And
Sorry, I had
see
to
if
crack my
anything
neck.
happens.
Oh, now we're watching her read. Okay. So how are you guys doing?
Oh, we just got Zoro too now, dude.
Oh, dang. Oh, GG's. R.I.P. and P, Zoro. Okay, how are you guys doing? I hope you're doing good. What kind of snacks do you have? Oreos? Nice, 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 nice. What's your favorite type of rice? That's a question I have for you guys. What's your favorite type of rice?
Dude, this stuff about the Poneglyph, I need to. I'm in another flashback. I feel like we're on the cusp of something like really, really big. I really want to find out what's on that Poneglyph and where it's at.
What happened? What happened?
My gosh, he just freaking used lightning to revive himself. Bro,
That's impressive.
this dude is nuts. Holy cow. All right. On the
I wonder, because like, guys, she plays video games, by the way. I wonder what she's like when she's reacting to video games. I'm curious, like difficult, because apparently she plays like Elder Scrolls and like Elden Ring and stuff. Not, why did I say Elder Scrolls? Elden Ring. She plays Elden Ring like with the hard bosses. I wonder how she reacts to like the difficulty in defeating people.
These are the 5 characters I would not invite to my Thanksgiving dinner. Number 1 is
By the way, this is Becky. We miss Becky.
Sanji.
Oh my gosh! Why are we getting so much Sanji hate? Why y'all hating on my man Sanji?
Sanji would flirt with me. And my husband's gonna be there. And we don't need that drama, you know?
Actually, that's a good question. Does Sanji ever flirt with like people who are taken? I actually don't know. That's a very good question. I don't know. Does he ever flirt with people who are taken? Like I don't know. I generally do not know.
Number 2 is Lewis. Now, this is my favorite book ever.
Okay.
But he quite literally turns
Your favorite book ever is called Shark Heart, a love story? Okay.
into a shark. I don't need anyone eating me. I want to eat, you know? Number 3,
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
is Darcy. If you don't know my feelings on this book,
I don't know who Darcy is.
please don't get me started. I
Okay.
don't want my heart rate to increase.
Okay.
I don't want her at my table. Number 4 is Rain.
Who's that?
And number 5
Explain.
is Letty.
Who's
Because
that?
I'm there to eat. I'm not there to
She almost attacked us. I feel threatened. I feel threatened. No,
So
I don't
who would
know.
you not invite to your Thanksgiving dinner?
Yo, I'm not inviting you. You just threatened me.
One Piece community. I finished the Log Town arc. This
Okay.
is the last stop before they head to the Grand Line. Everyone's
All right.
restocking. Zoro's getting a new sword. Usopp's getting stuff for his slingshot. Sanji
Did we already check this one out? I don't think we already checked this one out.
is restocking the food. Nami is getting new clothing. Monkey D. Luffy's on top of the scaffold where Goldie Roger was executed. One thing I noticed is the difference
Oh,
between
by the way, this is FeedPhill books. By the way, just thought I should tell you guys.
the anime and the manga. The anime, we got to meet this one character in a bar. I forgot his name, but there was just, I felt like this arc was a little bit more fleshed out in the anime versus the manga was very quick. That's something I noticed. We also met Smoker, and I cannot wait to see how he develops as a villain because he has some crazy powers in this, and without Dragon, they would have never got out of that. And that's something else. We got to meet Dragon, and this character, very mysterious. I had to Google who he was because I needed to understand who he was.
Why would you do that? Why would you spoil yourself like that, Phil? Why?
And that was crazy. You know, it's so nuts. Luffy's backstory is so mysterious, especially at this point. You don't really know anything about him. Because even Shanks is, you know, you're like, who is Shanks to him? Is he just a guy he talked to, you know, while the pirates were just chilling at a town? So I'm very curious to see how Luffy develops in the future. But Rogue Town was awesome. We got to see some old villains come back, you know, a little stronger. They're beefed up. They're paired together. I always liked it because it's the same thing with superheroes, and you get Avengers and stuff when or the Injustice crew, where you know the villains can't take down.
So you're a comic book nerd too, huh, Phil? We might actually get along. I love comic books.
Down the superheroes, so they have to come together to see if they take them the heroes down. So I always enjoyed that. It's a good stop right before the story gets to develop further on, and I'm very excited to keep going. I'm excited to get out of the East Blue and to see more of this wonderful private world. This was a quick one, very fun. The manga is very short. The anime was very fleshed out. I felt like I knew this world a little bit more. Like the tension was higher in the anime versus the manga.
Okay.
The manga was like, all right, he's gonna be okay, because they're not gonna off Luffy. You know, he's the main One Piece community. I think.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Marvel rival developers are freaked out because
Oh, this is a Marvel Rivals review. Not really a review, just a more discussion. Mari, I want to know what rank you are, how good you are at Marvel Rivals. Okay, yeah. I'm looking for a few people to stack with me on Marvel Rivals. I am currently Diamond 3. I'm about to go to Grandmaster, but yeah.
I've had some serious FOMO, so
Hey, Rochelle, right? That's how you say your name, Rochelle? Rachel? I'm gonna just say Rachel.
I had to get One Piece and start my own One Piece reading journey. I
Of
have
course.
never read any manga before, and
Oh.
I keep seeing so many friends and mutuals
Of course.
picking this up and loving it. So I wanted to share in their
I'm trying to see if I
excitement
see
and
any
be
of the
like
people I
all
know
the cool
here.
kids.
I
I've
don't see
never
anybody I
really
know here.
considered manga as a genre that I would read, but I've always been interested in it. I do like graphic novels, so I feel like this
Okay.
is something I could really get behind.
Mm-hmm.
So with everyone reading One
So you
Piece
haven't
right now,
started
I
it
thought
yet.
this was
Gotcha.
a great time to get into it, potentially
Of
talk
course.
about it,
Of
enter
course.
into the genre, potentially start watching anime too, even though I feel like there's
Oh.
so many you can get into. I actually
Right.
am interested in Attack on Titan, so if
Oh,
that's
Lord.
a good one, which I'm sure it is, let me know in the comments below. And then also give me some other recommendations for other mangas that I can potentially get into, because this looks
Well,
really
start
cool.
this one first.
And I'm really
Damn.
excited. So
Wait.
follow along for
Why
my
you
manga
rushing?
One Piece journey. I'll be giving updates, reviews, and just my overall thoughts, because this is something I've never really dipped my toes into. So yeah.
Let's see. Did she do any other reviews of One Piece? Yes, she did. Okay, so there's this one we just watched. Go ahead and check
I
out this
started
one
my
right here.
One Piece reading journey, and over the weekend I finished volume 1, so let's talk about it. Just a friendly reminder, I have never
feel like we've
read
seen this
any
before.
manga before, so this is my first one.
I genuinely feel like we've seen this one before. It seems like we have. Yeah, I think we have seen that one before. Let's go ahead and check out one we haven't seen. This one.
I started my One Piece reading
There we
journey
go.
and I finished Volume 2, Buggy the Clown, and I want to talk about it. I think Volume 2, Buggy the Clown, is a definite improvement on Volume 1. I enjoyed the story a little bit more, but I think it was because there was a little bit more going on. I think Buggy the Clown as a villain is a great villain. He also ate some of the devil fruit, and he's the Chop Chop Man. And I just really like the characters that you meet in this story, especially Choo Choo the dog. Like, I was tearing up already. Like, come on. Some of Buggy the Clown's crewmates were a little weird, but I really like the weirdness of them. I am really enjoying this story so far, and I think if you have never read any manga before, this really is a good one to start with. I'm really enjoying it. I think a lot of more people would enjoy it as well. I am jumping into Volume 3 right away, and I did purchase the next omnibus, which has volumes 4, 5, and 6 in it. And I started watching the anime today, and I watched the first 2 episodes. So I am not regretting this choice at all to jump into One Piece. This has just been so much fun, and I can't wait to continue. Okay.
I'm looking forward to this. I want to see more of her reviews. Did she do any other ones? One Piece, 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 One Piece. I don't see him. Oh, okay. Well, I look forward to them. Keep doing more, Rachel, and I'm gonna go ahead and look forward to it. And this is more Becky. What is this? When my buddy read partners message me. What the? I have no idea what. I have no idea what just happened.
In the Navy and
If in your late 20s, your friends will try to convince you to read a 1,000 chapter manga about pirates, it's very important that you start that manga.
probably will be for us.
Yeah. One Piece definitely changed my life. I would say there are 2 main mangas, 3 maybe. 3 main mangas / animes that have ever changed my life. The first one ever was Fairy Tail. The second one was One Piece. And then third would be Blue Lock. Those would probably be the 3. Every other one has been like, I've really enjoyed it and I really liked reading it. And like, I've even have like some of my top 5. But those 3 specifically changed my life.
You guys, my husband bought me these like little lamps.
I think we already saw this, right? Did we not?
And I legit feel like somebody in like an old time like library.
You do feel you give me off library vibes. Hear he. We the people of the Constitution.
Where I'm just like, where's my book? Where's my book? That actually made me look like an old woman. More like this, like, oh, where is my book? Let me find.
Does that make you seem younger? Does that make you seem younger?
Find my book, right? Am I wrong? You guys, my husband
Becky, you are a gem.
Just finished the Along Park.
This is somebody we have not done before. I think her name is Imaan. Let's go ahead and check her out. Hold on, yo, hold on, Park, hold on. I gotta catch up. Wait, why are you so far ahead? Let me see the reviews she did before that. What is this?
It's Tuesday, innit? Time for another One Piece update.
Did you just say it's Tuesday in it? We're gonna be great friends.
I have just finished reading is it the Barati arc? Is that how you pronounce it? I have a couple of thoughts on it.
Okay.
Now, was it better than the Syrup Village arc? No. I feel like it was a little bit long-winded and it could
I'm gonna need you to put more respect on my man Sanji, bro. I'm gonna need more respect on Sanji, okay, Imaan?
have been a lot shorter. But did I enjoy it? Yes, I did. So there are a couple of things that caught me by surprise. The moment when I thought that Zoro was going to die, sort of earlier on in the fight scene, I'm very glad he didn't die. The fact that Nanami runs off with the treasure, I don't understand why Luffy keeps trusting her. And then she goes and cries when she's leaving them behind, hoping that she will see them again someday. Don't cry about it. You decided to leave. And then you meet the character Sanji and you find out his backstory. What in the silence of the lambs is going on with that? The fact that Red Shoes Zeph ate his own leg just so that Sanji could have more food when they were stranded on that little rock. On one hand, it's endearing. On the other hand, ew, no. So there were a couple of...
I am tired of all this Sanji hate. This is my villain arc story. This is... If you guys ever ask what caused him to become such a villain, this is it.
funny bits in here. Like when Sanji gives Patty the knife and tells him to hold on to it tightly while he dies. That was just hilarious. So in between the chapters, there are question and answers, and I read every single one of them, and some of them are so unhinged. Like one of them writing to Oda, telling him that they're gonna marry him. It's just insane. So in last week's video, I mentioned that it was going to be a very expensive endeavor, and someone kindly left a comment about an app that I could download, which I did. So I will no longer be buying the books, and I will be reading it on the app. So I did finish the rest of the arc on the app. Was it Shonen Jump? £3 a month. It's great. And there's so many other mangas on there, which I will probably check out. So if there's any others that you think that I should read, then let me know in the comments.
Up, down, up, down, up, down.
And I will have a look. I am hoping to do a One Piece update every Tuesday. Now, that will try my best because I am reading other books and I am trying to write my first novel. But so far,
I'm curious about that. What is your first novel? Because you say aspiring author. What is like? Where do I find that? WIP. Is that what that means? WIP. Dark Fantasy First Draft. Is that like okay? Well, guys, go check out her page. You know, this is Imaan, aspiring author. Go check out her page. Let's go ahead and see her Along Park review.
Say that fast twice. A quick synopsis on what the arc is about. So Luffy and the gang follow Nami to Kokoyashi village after she stole their ship and their treasure. There they find out that the village has been under siege for 8 years by these half men, half fish, and their leader, Arlong. And in true One Piece fashion, towards the end, a fight ensues, and Luffy and the gang manage to defeat Arlong, freeing the village and Nami from Arlong's grip.
That was it?
I just want to talk a little bit about the fight.
Okay, thank you.
Because as I was reading it, it reminded me of the boss fights that you get in video games. So, for example, like in Final Fantasy VII, towards the end.
Of course you're a Final Fantasy fan. You're pretty cool, Imaan.
And they fight Sephiroth, and you think you've defeated him, but then he comes back even stronger, even faster, and even harder to kill. That is effectively what happened with Luffy and Arlong. No matter how many times he tried to beat Arlong, he would still come back again and again and again. So as you can tell, I really enjoyed reading this arc and finding more about Nami's past and her gut-wrenching background.
So do you like Nami better now?
And it's safe to say that towards the end, I did have a little lump in my throat, especially when Genzo took off the little pinwheel at the front of his hat, and he explained why he had it on there.
So he does like Nami better now.
that you don't expect a manga to be so deep, especially when Arlong keeps saying repeatedly that the half fish, half men are a superior race. I try not to look for political meaning in things that I read, but I couldn't help but think and compare that to what happens in real life, which
of course
gave me pause in a good way.
Okay.
So now I'll be moving on to the Log Town
Oh, I like the light
arc,
in here.
which I'll be reading on the Shonen Jump app.
Okay.
And again, I want to thank whoever it was that recommended the app to me a couple of weeks ago. It has been a game changer. So I will see you all again next week for my next One Piece update. Bye.
I look forward to it. That's amazing.
Things take a serious turn in Erlang Park.
Hey, Rodz. This is Rodz, guys. We're going to go ahead and have one with Rodz. Let's go ahead and see. She's doing Arlong Park. Okay.
First arc where Oda
I like the
doesn't
lighting in the
hold
background, by the way.
back. Balmer's death is the earliest truly brutal, in-your-face moment in the story. Up until then, we only got hints of darkness, but this was unmistakable. And it made me remember something that Oda-sensei once said: the reason villains aren't usually is because living with defeat is a far worse fate. This is also the arc that, for me, cemented the Straw Hats as actual pirates. They're not heroes roaming around saving every village they pass. They came here for Nami. They fought because of Nami. We also get a glimpse of Luffy's emotional intelligence. He didn't need a full backstory of Nami's past to understand her pain. He simply waited until she asked for help, and when she did, he didn't hesitate. And honestly, this might be the most political arc so far. The way Arlong ruled the village, the corruption of the marine, the oppression that every villager feel, it all add layers I didn't expect to see this early on. One of my absolute favorite moments is when Luffy leaves his treasure with Nami and then destroying the rooms that held her prisoner for 8 years. So yes, Arlong Park has been the most emotional and rewarding arc yet, but it also left me with questions. Where are the real parents of these characters? We've only seen glimpses of foster parents. Will we see more of Luffy's, Zoro's, Nami's, and Sanji? And speaking of Sanji, his entire aesthetic feels a bit aristocratic, which is unusual for a cook.
Aristocratic. I could see why you'd say that.
Because that's not how the usual cook dresses. Is that intentional? Will that be explained?
Like he wears the suits and stuff.
And even the name Erlong Park stood out up until now. Places were named villages or a restaurant, so this one felt deliberate. Why is it called a park? Anyways, I'm beyond excited to keep
I actually don't know that. Why is it called Arlong Park instead?
Please tell me in the comments what are some of your favorite moments from this arc. And I have shared some of mine in a separate post, so make sure to check it out. And really,
I'm like, this is cool. This is really cool. And that is the latest one, right? She's at Arlong Park. Okay. Wow, Rodz is pretty cool, guys. Guys, go check out her page right here. This is her page. Go check out her page. She's pretty cool.
I'm reading One Piece. So my last video on Alabama.
Okay, so you guys remember Sarah? Okay, this is Sarah again. We're going to go ahead and react to a few of her videos. Thoughts on when Smoker got credited as the hero in his reaction.
I forgot to mention a few things about Smoker and about Bon Clay, so I'm going to go back and talk about those in this video. I read this arc a while ago, so I forget things. I only recently started posting about One Piece, but I'm actually I've been reading for a few months, and I'm going back and summarizing my thoughts on all of the arcs, so I forget stuff. This moment with Smoker, though, is very important because basically the world government tries to give him credit for what the Straw Hats did in Alabasta, and this is the first time we see that the government is willing to spread propaganda in order to keep a positive image in the public eye. The government wants the people to think that the government will come and save you when you are in trouble, but in reality, we have seen pirates liberate 3 separate towns or nations, being Alabasta, Drum Island, and Nami's hometown. So the government wants the people to associate the Marines, the government, with freedom, but they should be associating pirates with freedom, so. Also, this moment is very important because Smoker's reaction shows us a lot about him as a character. He is very angry that the government is trying to give him credit for something that he hasn't done, especially when the thing he's getting credit for is something that the pirates he's trying to capture did. Did that make sense? It shows us that he, I mean, at least to me, this communicates that he's not entirely complicit with what the government is doing. And I don't know. I'm curious to see what his role is in the story in the future, but I'm thinking that maybe he won't be all bad. And then people were grumbling in the comments because I forgot to mention Bon Clay. I do love Bon Clay. I have to admit, I wasn't really sure why he made such a big sacrifice for the Straw Hats at the end of Alabasta. And I mean, maybe he thought he was going to get caught anyway, so he figured he would go out in style helping the next generation of pirates. And also maybe he just didn't want an 18-year-old crew to go to jail, especially when he can tell that their hearts are in the right place. Another thing that this makes me think of is
I am very confused. Anyways,
a moment that
Rodz just messaged me. I just realized that
happens after Ennie's lobby. So if you haven't got to that point in the story yet, stop watching this video. But at some point, Shanks is talking to someone else. I think it's Whitebeard. Whitebeard is like, yeah, I was really surprised when you came back from the East Blue with your arm missing. And Shanks replies, yeah, I gave it up for the sake of the next generation, referring to Luffy and when he saved Luffy from the sea monster. And so the idea of sacrificing something for the sake of the next generation is a theme that I'm starting to see, and if Bon Clay's actions fit into that category, I think that's really cool. Also, it feels relevant to just themes of activism in general, so I don't know, I love it, and I think Oda's writing is really cool, and people keep saying that he didn't really plan anything, which kind of makes me sad because it feels so orchestrated, but I don't know.
That definitely
Another
is
thing
planned.
is that people keep saying I should watch the anime for the big emotional moments, and I am definitely doing that. I've seen all of the like major backstory scenes and fight scenes and things like that, and I'm very much enjoying it. I think that's all I have left from Alabasta, so I will see you in the next one to talk about Skypiea.
Alright, see you in the next one.
I'm reading One Piece right now.
Oh guys, look, it's the next one.
Now let's talk about Skypiea. Despite what a lot of people say about this arc, I really enjoyed it, and the major themes that are at play were very interesting to me, and as well as the world building that happens here, we really get a sense for the scope of this world and the amount of love and care and attention that Oda has put into this creation, so I'm a big fan, but let's start by talking about the events that happen on Jaya before we go to Skypiea. I love that the initial motive behind this arc is just a sense of adventure because our crew learns that Sky Islands exist, so of course they want to go try to see them. And we end up on an island called Jaya looking for more information on how to actually get up to the Sky Islands. In the beginning, we see Luffy in a restaurant and he ends up kind of butting heads with a pirate that's there. We know as the reader that this pirate is Blackbeard, but Luffy doesn't know that. We also know that Ace, who is Luffy's brother, is searching for Blackbeard currently to fight him because he betrayed the Whitebeard pirates. However, that interaction is interrupted and we end up meeting Bellamy, who is another pirate that I will just say immediate bad vibes. I normally try to find something to like about every character, but oh my god, I immediately hated this guy. Reason being...
So then what did you like about Blackbeard? Explain it to us, Sarah.
is that Bellamy immediately starts insulting and ridiculing Luffy for having any sort of dreams at all and says that there's no room for dreamers in the new era that's coming, and just gross. Bellamy attacks Luffy and Zoro, but Luffy makes the decision to not fight back, and I love this because Bellamy is literally a little worm, and Luffy sees it and clocks it and is like, this guy is not worth my time. And I also love this moment because it parallels Shanks' moment in the beginning of the series when he decides not to fight back against the mountain bandits, and in the moment Luffy is really upset about it, but here we see that Luffy did learn from that moment. Another thing to love about this moment is that Nami sees all of this happen and begs Luffy and Zoro to fight back and to defend them, which is totally fair, but Zoro, meanwhile, listens to what Luffy says and doesn't even flinch, which I'm sure he also probably wanted to fight back in this moment, but he just completely obeys what his captain wants, and I love when we get to see him like this, just his unwavering respect for his captain's orders. I love it. Luffy sees Blackbeard again, and Blackbeard actually encourages him to keep chasing his dreams, which is
interesting given that he's been kind of set up as an antagonist so far, so I'm curious kind of what the significance of that moment was. We meet a guy named Cricket who is going to help us get to the Sky Islands, and we also learn that Cricket is searching on Jaya for a city of gold that his ancestor claimed existed there. We also learn that his ancestor was nicknamed Noland the Liar because the government tried to find this city of gold and couldn't find it, so they blamed Noland for being a liar and executed him. And the legacy lived on and is still affecting Cricket and his family, so he's trying to basically clear his ancestor's name. Now Luffy finds out that Bellamy has stolen some of the gold that Cricket found as evidence for this city of gold, and Luffy, sympathizing with Cricket's, tragic situation, is like, okay, now I'm ready to go beat this guy's ass, and he goes and finds Bellamy and knocks him out in one punch, and it's very satisfying. However, at this moment, Blackbeard sees Luffy's strength and decides, oh wait, I should actually take out this guy, and decides he's gonna try to hunt him down and kill him. Then Cricket helps the Straw Hats redo the Going Merry so she's ready to go up to the Sky Islands, and they make her look like a chicken, which is really cute. And we also get some information on some events going on in the world at large, namely that Shanks is going to meet with Whitebeard to talk about something. We don't get any more info on that. We also see the world government meet with the 7 warlords of the sea to discuss Crocodile's replacement. We meet 2 more warlords, that's Kuma and Doflamingo, and also we see somebody that I think is unnamed at that point show up to the meeting and say that they have a recommendation for who can replace Crocodile. I don't think they reveal anything in that moment, and at the time I was reading it, I don't think I had any good guesses for who it was going to be, although now looking back, I probably could have guessed. I think this setup for Skypiea is really solid because not only am I interested in Nolan's story and the Sky Islands in general, but they've also given us just a little bit of information on some bigger world events that it felt like even at the time, puzzle pieces were starting to fall in together for some sort of major plot events, so I just think it's really cool. Overall, I think Skypiea is a very fun arc. There's lots of cute interactions between the shipmates here. Like, there's lots of jovial moments for Zoro, who's swinging on vines and screaming like he's Tarzan. And the main conflict on this arc sees the...
As you should. If you're swinging and you don't do, it's not right. You're not doing it right, okay?
Straw Hats battling against this guy named Enel that's actually ruling over the Sky Islands and calling himself a god, and his goal is to actually destroy the Sky Islands and then take some people with him to this like perfect place that actually ends up being the moon. There's also a third group at play here, which is the Shandian tribe, who are native to the Upper Yard Sky Island, where Enel rules from, and they've actually been in conflict with the Sky Island people for a long time because they're competing for the resources that exist on that Upper Yard Island. Basically, the Sky Island people need the resources on the Upper Yard in order to survive, but somewhere along the way, rather than work with the Shandians, they tried to rule over them, which of course led to conflict. This is where I will pause and contribute to the conversation on Skypiea and whether or not you should read it. The story of indigenous people that have to struggle and fight for the resources and land that they had first is always a story that I will advocate for reading. My favorite part of this arc is the backstory we get, where we learn about Noland the Liar's story and his relationship with the Shandian tribe. We actually learn that the Upper Yard Sky Island was a part of Jaya at one point on the Earth that got knocked up into the sky by the knock-up stream. I also loved getting to see the relationship between Noland and Kalgara, who was the Shandian leader at the time that Noland was on the island, and within all of the major themes at play here, this backstory also delves into the conflict between religious practices and medical advancements, which is also, like, it's just, there's so much richness to the themes that are going on here. It's crazy. I feel like there's potentially a more nuanced conversation to be had about how Oda characterizes the Shandian tribe and how he manages all of this conflict and these themes. I don't know that I'm necessarily qualified to have that conversation, and I also have to talk about the rest of the arc, so I will move on for now. In the present day, Luffy and the Straw Hats have to take out Enel, and he has lightning powers. I think I literally rolled my eyes when I found this out. Not that I don't love it, it's just like, Of course, at some point in this story where our main character is made out of rubber, we have to have him fight a lightning guy. Enel literally wipes out everyone else that's fighting against him. Meanwhile, Luffy has spent the majority of the arc...
maybe like focus a little more on how cool Sanji looked, you know? He needed a light, you know? Like maybe focus a little more on that, you know? Show Sanji some love, you know? Please.
Stuck in the belly of a snake and not even realizing that he's been swallowed. I was a little annoyed at this, but it's funny, it's his bit, I get it. And eventually he makes it out and is able to take down Enel. Through all of this, we also have discovered the City of Gold, and that's actually where the final battle is taking place. And there's a giant bell there that's made out of gold, and Luffy's final blow to Enel actually knocks Enel into the bell, which causes it to ring, and then the people down on Jaya, namely Cricket, hears the bell ring, and that's a signal that he has found the City of Gold and his ancestors' reputation is redeemed. And there's this awesome panel, which I'll put a picture of above, where Luffy is jumping up into the air and you can see his silhouette in the clouds from the earth, and it's really cool. My baby Chopper has a big win in this arc against an enemy, Gidatsu, and when he wins, he screams, "I'm finally a real pirate," and I absolutely cried here. Nico Robin is also quickly climbing my list of favorite Straw Hats, and her personality shows through a bit more here. She's kind of like overly calm and collected in intense moments, and this kind of freaks out the other Straw Hats, which Robin is like 10 years older than all of them, so it kind of makes sense, but it's funny to see everyone else reacting to her like, why aren't you freaking out right now? So I love Robin. Also, Robin found a poneglyph on the Sky Island, and she finds blueprints for another major weapon called Poseidon, and also a note from Goldie Roger, and she's able to deduce that his crew must have discovered all of the poneglyphs and hence discovered this true history that she's interested in. So it's really cool to see more of Gold Roger's influence in the world, and I'm very interested to continue unpacking more about him and the true history, and what even the true history means. I yapped for a long time here, but I really did love Skypiea. I might make a follow-up video if I forgot anything. Otherwise, next time we'll be talking about Long Ring Long Land and maybe the start of Water 7. I'm reading One Piece right.
That's really good. Thank you, Sarah, for your reviews. I really am enjoying this. Yeah, we're gonna get along very well. Okay, so now we have KELS. There will be a time in your life where someone encourages you to diversify your TBR. I guess that means to be read. It is very important that you listen to them.
Who's still in the Navy and probably will.
I'm gonna get so copyrighted, but you know what? Let's enjoy it. This is supposed to be an ad for a One Piece Straw Hat. It's okay. Fair enough. You know what? I appreciate it. But yes, for those of you who are wondering, why am I always going to complain about a copyright? So sometimes the videos risk getting taken down if they're copyrighted, and also we don't get to make money from copyrighted videos. So like, I have a 9-to-5 job, but in order to do this, sometimes I have to take time off the job. So I kind of, at some point, time has to equal money, guys. But yeah, you get it. Again, just every time you guys watch the video and you subscribe, it helps out a little bit. So I really appreciate you guys. And for the people who decide to be members by subscribing, like paid subscribing, I really appreciate you guys. You guys really like help out a long way. And like without any of you guys, none of this would be possible. So thank you guys.
What? All right, let's continue the Brody arc. We're on chapter 54.
Okay.
I love the insults are always like, you boiled squid, you spaghetti head. It's like children. I love this. It's like, we've been cooks for more than 10 years, but we always got fired for fighting. After wandering for years, we finally found a home. Here you can cook and fight to your heart's content. It's like, we love it here because we can cook, but we can also beat the shit out of people, Got the invincible pearl.
Ooh.
Is this his body?
I don't know. Why are you asking me?
The physics of this.
Do I look like a physician? I don't know.
Why does he look so cool?
Finally! Sanji love. Yeah. I prayed for times like this. I told you some Sanji love, man. Ah, wow. We have really gone a long way. You know what, guys? I'm not going to dominate the world anymore. Yes, I'm not going to take over the world. I'm not going to be a villain anymore. Just because of that.
Sanji, you need to stop. Okay, you need to stop this. Looking all fine as fuck.
Right, I know. That's my man, Sanjiro. Yeah, gang. Open. Yeah, what's up? This is the Sanji gang. Skirt. Yeah, we support Sanji all the way. Yeah, you know who we don't like? A nigga named Mosshead. Zoro who? Where's Zoro now, huh? Sanji all the way. Gang.
Hold it tightly while you die. He's like, you beat them with only kicks. And Sanji says, a cook's hands are his life. I can't risk damaging them in battle. It's like those hand models that like take extra care and put like insurance on their hands. I feel like that's Sanji. He said he's handsome? According to who? This is my favorite, when Luffy's just like watching shit go down and he's just like, what the heck? Like, he's not involved. He's just like watching, hanging back, chilling. What is going on with his body?
I have no idea.
Okay, what is this called? These pearl flames?
Mm-hmm.
Fire pearls?
Yeah, that's weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sanji says, you can't be a cook if you're afraid of fire.
Exactly. Bro, he's so cool.
That's a pretty good tagline. Right? Luffy always just pops in with his like random little quips. He's like, nice move, mister. Like, I genuinely love the image of Luffy just standing there watching all this shit go down. And he's just like...
Speaking of, what are you guys snacking on right now? Ramen? Oh, that's cool. Are you going to share? What's your favorite type of ramen?
Like, for some reason, that's just so funny to me. No. Now we've got Gin over here threatening Sanji. Don't you touch my man. Ooh.
Yeah. Don't you touch our man, Sanji, okay? Not just yours, okay? Share.
Sanji's like, get off this ship. I refuse. Again, with one of my favorite pages. These crack me up so much. Like, look at his little face. He's like... Oh, Sanji won't let him take the ship because it's the chef's pride and joy. What a sweetie. Oh, Sanji said, I took everything that old man had, his strength, his dreams, so I'll never let anything else be taken from him. Get a flashback. I already see the black. Look at Sanji. He's so cute as a little boy. God.
Right? Isn't Sanji so cute? Yeah, I'm liking all this Sanji love, man. I love Sanji love.
Red Shoes Zeph coming in, and he said he's back from the Grand Line. Oh, Sanji wants to find the all blue. Sanji fell overboard, and now the captain is gonna go and save him. It looks like. What? Wait, what? Did he like break off his leg so that he could use it as bait to like catch a bunch of fish so that way Sanji could eat and survive until they get rescued?
Yep, there you go.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He gave Sanji all the food and he cut off his leg so that he could eat it so he could survive. Oh my god. This is super interesting because we have Shanks, who went to save Luffy and lost his arm. And now we have Zeph, who jumped in to save Sanji and he lost his foot. That's a super good parallel.
Yeah.
Because you had the same dream as me. I will defend him with my life. Haven't cried yet. I'm not gonna cry, you guys. You're waiting for it, but it's not gonna happen. Luffy just interfered, and Sanji's like, get the fuck away, what are you doing? And Luffy's like, bro, I'm gonna sink this ship. Like, you gotta sink this ship, otherwise you're gonna die. And he's like, I love this ship. Can't you see? Like, you don't understand what this ship means to me. And Luffy's like, he did not sacrifice his life just for you to throw it away. Oh my god. This shit is getting real, you guys. Was Gin playing like a double agent this whole time? What is going on? I'm sorry, this exchange is so funny. He's like, I didn't want you to get hurt, but guess I'm gonna have to kill you. And Sanji's like, I mean, I guess. Eat worms, bro. We'll kill him to death.
We will kill him to death. I was born at a very young age.
He's like, of the two of us, who do you think is the king of the pirates material? And Luffy's like, me? Duh. Ooh, now we've got a Sanji blank page. Okay. I feel like Sanji and Luffy are like,
I know, right?
Very similar. Right. No.
I'm saying! That's what I keep telling people! Bro, Becky is so cool, bro. Shouts out to all the Sanji lovers out there, bro. Skirt.
Lie. When Krieg said, do I want to fight? I don't require desire. Bars. Gin's like, I can't do it. I can't kill him. That was the first time in my life that anyone was ever so kind to me. I'm sorry. That panel is so funny. He's like, what am I gonna do? Oh my god. Oh, Gin gave Luffy his mask to save Luffy. Oh my god. Oh my god. And Sanji's holding Gin. Oh, I'm not gonna cry. Oh, Sanji's like, don't we have an antidote? He's like screaming for them to help. Oh my god. Fuck. They've got Luffy in a fucking net. Sanji's about to go help Luffy because Luffy can't swim. Oh my god, Sanji just saved Luffy. Oh, he said, thank you for your kindness, Sanji. And he's taking Don Krieg away. Oh, Gin said that he hopes his and Luffy's paths will cross again on the Grand Line. Sanji saved his hat for him. They're all pretending that the food is nasty so that Sanji will leave and he'll go with Luffy and go complete his dream. What the fuck? There's a random merman. Okay. We were having some emotional scenes and then now a mermaid is on top of Sanji. Okay. Oh, it's not a merman. It's just a man and a panda shark. Oops. So I'm just gonna...
Yep, obviously. Duh. You've never seen a panda shark before? No? I have. I have not.
I go with them. Yay! He's being mean to him one last time. Oh. Not crying. Sanji said, I owe you my life. I'll never forget you. And they're all telling him that they're going to miss him. There's no tears. None. All right, I was strong. now we're at Arlong Park. I did a good job.
You did. I'm really proud of you. You did do a good job. And thank you for appreciating Sanji. Look, Zoro is cool, okay? Zoro is really cool. I just like Sanji more. But Zoro is really cool. Alright, I think we can safely end this video here. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your family and friends. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out, stay classy. And thank you, God, for giving me the opportunity to make this video.